Hey, it's Jason Nast, and welcome to the Big Insider Secrets. Today is part two. That's right, part two of how to make, about $400 to potentially $1,000 a week. It's very simple to do, and this is part two. Now, if you tuned in last week, you know that I was sampling a new thing called Instacart. And Instacart, by the way, the link is below. If you'd like to click on that, I would greatly appreciate you click on my link. But Instacart is an awesome way to make a little bit of extra money, just a couple extra pocket change kind of things. And I actually, last week, I downloaded the Instacart app, I applied for it, and I want to tell you a little bit about what happens with that. So when you apply for the Instacart program, you got to get Instacart Shopper app. So there's two phases to it. We talked about last week. There's the Shop E, the person who is wanting to receive groceries, and then there's the shopper, the person who actually goes and shops for them. So this is phenomenal. I've been doing this for weeks independently, helping out the neighborhood. I started working with a local grocery store who opens up their doors for us at 2 a.m. We go shopping from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. The stores open around 9. So we get full access to the whole place to help shop for the neighbors that can't get out on their own. But while I was there, that hour between 9 and 10, I started to meet a lot of people who were actually doing very well with a thing called Instacart. And here's what's nice about that. Instacart is something that you do at your time, at your leisure, if you will. And when you do that, you can actually earn some extra money. Like you can put that money in your pocket, which is beautiful. And if you are a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, which we all technically are right now during this whole crisis, this is a way for one or both of you to go out and earn a little bit extra money on the downtime. So I'm going to share with you my experience of actually shopping with Instacart. So I took a couple of screenshots. Basically, what I did was I shopped for about 3 hours, made about $45 in 3 hours. So on that, I should have done this beforehand, but I made about $15 an hour. So it wasn't super great money, but it wasn't bad money either. And actually, it was probably closer to 2.5 hours, but I did stop to get a little drink and a Del Taco on the way. So you know what happens. So let me share with you my screen. I'm going to share with you exactly what happens in the app. So I live in the Goodyear, Avondale area. So what I'm going to do is pull up this screen. Boom. So you can see the screen here, and this is where the actual money is earned. So this is where you're going to see it. So when you're in the app, there's the thing called batches. And these batches come up like this. And what you do is you just simply select one of the batches, and it tells you right there exactly how much you're going to earn. So in this scenario, let me demonstrate for you. In this scenario, for $11.93, you have to pick 34 individual products. Now, there's actually only 16 product lines. So what that would be like, for example, if I was to get strawberries, one strawberry is one item. 4 strawberries would show up as 16. It's only one item, but it's 4 of that item. So that's where the 34 comes in. So 16 products, and then of those products, some will be multiples, and that's where the 34 comes in. So you get an idea on that. So you can see that a little bit better right there. So that's $11.93 for 16 products, 34 actual items, and that's at Sprouts. So if you come down here, $18.56, that's for 28 items, total 28 products, 49 total product items. I'm getting confused there. And then down here, $15.41 for 33 product, but 70 items. Now, what that typically is that I find that this is when people are ordering like yogurt. They get the little yogurt cups. They get like 2 or 3 strawberries and 2 or 3 or 4 vanillas and some strawberry banana and some pineapple and some blueberry. That's how those types of orders add up pretty quickly. Also with drinks, if they're getting drinks, like if they're getting monster drinks, things like that, usually people don't order 1, they usually order 10. So that's kind of how that worked for me on that day. So of these 3 deals that are going on right here, $12 in round numbers, $12 for 34 items, or $18.56 for 49, or $15 for 70, I would probably take this $18 one. That would be the first one I would take. So When you do this, you click on the button and it will actually take you to where you now drive over to the store and you start to shop. Now, some people have done this in a more advanced way than I have. I'm just doing it one at a time. I did notice that there are people who are doing two or more at a time, multiples in the same store. So this Avondale Sprouts one here for $15, this Avondale Sprouts one, or you can actually accept both of them. The way you typically do that is separate your cart. You put one order in the front, one order in the back. That made me really nervous. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going out and buying grocery totes. And in the grocery totes, I'm going to have like all black for one order, all blue for another, all red for another, all green for another. That way I can separate the orders out in the cart and I know exactly which order goes with which order. But if you take these and you combine them together, that $12 plus the $15, so now you're talking about $27. No, yeah, $28 basically for one store visit. So that actually pays off better than just this one for $18.56. So I, again, would take the $18.56 only because it's fewer items and it's a faster shop. You get finished with it quickly and you can go on. Now, one of the things I learned in this is actually like there are certain times that are really good and certain times that aren't so good. So I'm going to show you an example of this is from Sunday. So this was Sunday I was shopping. As you can see here on May 3rd, you can see that the hours from 7 p.m. to 10 were very slow. That was Sunday night. But Monday, you can anticipate up here in the high frame was probably around 9:30, 9:45 to about 1 o'clock. It starts to taper off, but by 8 o'clock, forget it, you're done. There's very, very few shops in the area. So Tuesday, that's today. So this is the anticipated volume. Now, the reason I bring that up is because today is Tuesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and I want to show you what today's screenshot looks like. So this is actually today's screenshot. So if you compare this graph with this one, you can see there's a little bit slight difference, but not a lot. So you get an idea of exactly how this works. So the wonderful thing about Instacart is that it tells you in the app what's the best time to shop. I have found, my experience is that if you shop from about 7 a.m. to about noon, you're actually doing very well money-wise. You're actually going to generate a ton of income. Look here on Wednesday, tomorrow, so from about 8:45, 9 o'clock, all the way up, you could actually be making money all the way up to 6 o'clock. But for that part-time income, you know, $45 in 2.5 hours isn't too bad. So I do another 2.5 hours. So I'm totally in 5 hours, and I make almost $100. And by the way, that doesn't include tips. And I did get a $5 tip while I was out. So actually it was $50 that I made. Not too bad for 2.5 hours worth of work. So if you take into consideration the tips and you take into consideration the time you're spending, there's two options here. One is to deliver the product, which I did. The other is to shop in store and to leave it for the customer, and the customer comes and picks it up later. It's a very simple process. It's super easy to do, and it's not hard to figure out. Now, the nice part about it as well is because Instacart is now a big thing for people who are out there just looking to make a few extra dollars, right? As a few extra dollars, what's nice about it is you can actually ask for help in the store. There's a lot of people in the store and they're super friendly and they want you to find your products faster, basically to get out of their way. So if you're in a store and you don't know where the product is, for speed and effort, I highly recommend you get in there and you just ask the questions right away. I don't like to shop multiple stores. I'll tell you that right now. So my experience was I did the Sprouts and honestly, Sprouts confused me. It was a lot of things and places that I would never look for them. So in my area, we shop Safeway and we shop Fry's, which is a Kroger brand. But my favorite stores to shop are the ones that I shop at every day anyway, which is Sam's Club, Costco. Now, bonus pro tip. Pro tip is when you go through the app, if you pass the certain if you pass the certain like classes and you take the little test at the end, super simple to do. Mostly it's common sense. You can actually start shopping for things like alcohol, prescriptions, And those things actually pay more money. So Cinco de Mayo is a phenomenal day to be shopping for alcohol, right? So Bevmo, Wine and More, plus all of these grocery stores all carry alcohol. If you are certified or have passed the test, which again is about 10 minutes of your time, you're answering some very simple, no-brainer questions like, do I check an ID? Yes. What if they look like they're 12 and they say they're 21? Check it anyway. What if the idea looks fake? Then don't give them the alcohol. Something like some common sense type stuff. So if you pass the alcohol one, you actually earn more money by doing those shops. And those shops will only be provided to you when you pass those tests. So again, Bevmo was a good score for me. Wine and More, Total Wine and More is a good score. And then again, these stores right here where you can actually purchase alcohol, like at Bosch's and things like this. Bosch's is a local Arizona company. So this is basically the story. It's actually pretty simple. Download the app, like just learn a little bit about it. Go out and do your first shop. Like it'll take you 30, 40 minutes. Or if you take a big one, it'll take you a little longer. But take a small shop just to get your feet wet, figure out how it is. Really pretty simple. Really, really pretty simple. Now we offer delivery in touchless. So you can, and some people will allow those touchless deliveries where you literally drop it off at their door and you text them from the app and you say, hey, I've delivered your groceries, and they say thank you and you're done. So it's really simple. The app is really pretty good. It has communication inside. So if you're shopping for an item, they want, for example, trying to remember what happened. They wanted extra firm tofu, and they didn't have the extra firm, but they did have the firm tofu in the same brand. But they had extra firm in a different brand. So I was able to text the customer. I was able to say, hey, they don't have extra firm in the brand you like, but they do have extra firm in the generic store brand. And I sent her a picture of both, and she texted me back, hey, great, I'll take the store brand. Perfect. She wanted the extra firm. So because the app is so in-depth and so communicative, and it's really super easy to use, I thought, hey, this is pretty good. I think I'll communicate more often with my customers, which I did. And as I communicate with my customers, I found that I actually got a better rating, a better review. So they like the communication. So again, it's pretty simple. Now, I have applied for, and I'm going to test out another app called Ship It. And Ship It, I understand, doesn't have quite as many places to shop as the Instacart does, but I understand it does pay a little bit better. So I'm going to check that out for you. So next week, when you come back in, you're going to watch my complete breakdown. I've already applied for it, and I'll let you know. I'll do a shop this week or something, and we'll figure it out. I'll tell you the details of that, and let's provide some screenshots for you. Now, again, what I want to tell you is how the Instacart program and the Ship It program works. It's really relatively simple, but when you get in there, you're going to have to download the app. You're going to have to actually create an account, and you're going to have to basically apply for the shopper position. Now, almost everybody's approved, and I'll tell you the caveat to that. You have to upload your driver's license showing that you are actually legal to drive, and you have to upload your picture, and you actually have to submit to a background check. And what's interesting about that is within about a day, I got the DMV certification background check back, and they give you a copy of it. And that's nice to have. And so they send you that. And then it took a little bit longer. It took almost 5 or 6 days, maybe 7 days before the actual background check comes in. So I highly recommend, even if you're not planning on shopping in the near future, go ahead and download the app, go ahead and apply, get the credentials. You don't have to actually shop. You can just have it there so that when you have a free minute, if you want to make a few extra bucks, hey, we're all kind of in a trying time right now with this COVID-19 thing going on, but there's an opportunity for you to actually put a little bit of cash in your pocket. When I'm walking around the store, I actually see families, mothers with their children, and it's heartwarming. I see there's actually a young lady the other day. She was about 14, 15 years old with her mother, and the 14, 15-year-old was doing it. She was the one who's actually shopping. The mother was there just simply to drive and to authenticate the app, I guess. But the daughter was like, I listened to him talking there. She's like, I want to learn how to do this, Mom. I'm going to get my driver's license next year. I want to learn how to do this. So this young entrepreneur, maybe 15-ish year old young lady, was actually looking to learn a skill that she can be an entrepreneur. She can be an independent contractor. She can pick up a little extra money when she wants to, but she doesn't have to work full time. That, in my opinion, is absolutely brilliant. Now, according to all the statistics, the average earner for the Instacart app is between $20 and $25 an hour. Some earn more, some earn a little less, but the average between $20 and $25 an hour. The Ship It app, I don't know yet. I'll be letting you know that next week. So now you understand exactly how the Instacart product works. This is part 1 and part 2. Part 2 tells you the actual numbers that I got. Again, 2.5 hours, $45 plus a $5 tip, so $50. Look, if I do that again, another 2.5 hours, so I work a total of 5 hours, I'm making $100. That's $20 an hour. Again, the statistics show average is about $20 to $25 an hour. So if you're looking to make an extra $20 to $25 an hour and you want to work as many hours as you want, and I'll put the screenshot up again. If you want to work as many hours as you want, and remember that the hours you work are going to be based on the time that's right here. Like you could, if you want to just rake in the bank today, you would have been shopping from 9 a.m. till about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Again, you want to make the bank. This is your money right here. You want to make the bank tomorrow. You're going to be up about 8:30, and you're going to work till probably around 5:30ish. So you did that, and let's say you work from 8 to 5. That's 9 hours. 9 hours times $25. Literally, you made $225 in a day. So if you do, let's say you just do it 5 days a week, just normal work schedule type thing, right? So you do that. Oops, hang on a second. I messed up. I'm calculating. 225 times 5, so that's $1,125 a week. Again, the average numbers are playing out, just like I said last week, between $400 and $1,000 a week for working just a few hours. Like literally, you can do this and make some extra money, put it in your pocket. So I hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. This is the Big Insider Secrets, teaching you exactly how to make money with no money out of pocket. That's what's brilliant about this. You don't have to shell out money to buy a product or buy a program or buy training. You're getting this all absolutely for free. And all I ask is that you like, subscribe, and share. I would love to share some more information with you. Next week, we're going to be talking about Ship It. Now you are a big insider.